Welcome back. Let me be real for a moment. This episode is number 196. 196. When my little team and I started this podcast, episode 196 seemed like an impossible dream. But here we are. The reality is that I have been hanging out with you all every week for years at this point. I've been sharing sleep tips, telling stories, and maybe even keeping you company during dishwashing, dog walking, or daycare drop off or pickup. And I just want to say thank you. Seriously, whether you've listened to one episode or 100, it means the world to me that you've invited me into your world. But now I want to flip the script. I want to hear from you. I've put together a quick listener survey to learn more about who's tuning in. What brought you here? What episodes do you love? What do you want more of? What can I improve? And here's the fun part. If you take a few minutes to fill it out, you'll get a free 15-minute sleep coaching call with me, yours truly. Totally free. No pitch, no catch, just us chatting one-on-one about whatever sleep challenge you're facing. You can ask me anything about your children's sleep, or we can just talk about what life looks like at bedtime in your house. And for an extra incentive, if you complete the survey by July 31st, you'll also be entered to win a Whoop strap. It's the version 4, and it's going to come with 2 free months of service. I just upgraded mine, and I would love to pass this one on to a lucky listener. The link is in the show notes, or you can head straight to sleepandwellnesscoach.com/survey. It's like a little thank you party for being part of this community. You fill out the survey, we chat, you maybe win an additional prize, and I get to make this show even better for you. So let's do it. All right, now on to today's episode. We're going to talk about something that comes up a lot. I often hear from parents who suspect that daycare naps are the reason their child resists bedtime. At the same time, I work with many daycare providers who are genuinely trying to navigate this final nap transition thoughtfully and in partnership with parents while still keeping the children in their care well rested, which makes it easier for children to thrive in a daycare setting. So, what role do naps play when it comes to bedtime battles? If you're the parent of a toddler or preschooler who naps at daycare or preschool, and bedtime has become your least favorite time of the day, this episode's for you. Hi, I'm Allison Egidi, a pediatric sleep and wellness coach and a mom of 2. I love to help parents find solutions. This is How Long Till Bedtime. I'm going to come right out with a strong opinion that I have shared before, but I want to encourage you to resist the urge to tune me out after I say this, because I promise I'm going to explain myself and I'm going to also share actionable tips. Here we go. Most children under 3.5 years old still need a daily nap, or at least a structured rest time. And let me tell you why. Number 1, improved emotional regulation. Research shows that preschoolers who nap are better at managing their emotions. Translation, fewer tantrums. Number 2, increased impulse control. Nappers show more self-control. That means less hitting, kicking, and bouncing up out of bed when you want them to be staying in their bed. And number 3, stronger memory retention. Naps support memory consolidation. Kids who nap recall what they've learned earlier in the day or even the day before more effectively, even in preschool. Now, even though I'm a big fan of naps for preschoolers, things can definitely get out of balance. A 3.5-year-old who is still taking a really long nap at daycare, let's say 2 hours, might not need a nap that's quite that long, especially if they were previously falling asleep earlier and easier at bedtime and getting more night sleep overall. Or they might only need a nap a few days a week, not daily, in order to be their best little self. Or if they got more night sleep, they may not need a nap at all. This is why daycare naps can be really tricky. There's a wide range of daytime sleep needs once you get into that 2.5 to 5-year-old range. Some children benefit from a daily nap all the way until they go to kindergarten. And there are others, often 3.5 or older, who are going to do better with 11 to 12 hours of sleep at night and no nap. Some kids can nap 2 to 2.5 hours and still sleep 10.5 to 12 hours at night beautifully. Others can't nap for more than an hour without their nighttime sleep dropping below 10.5 or 11 hours. For example, my daughter Addison napped up to 2 hours a day all the way until the day she walked into kindergarten. And as you've heard many times, my children are so different in virtually every category. So Ainsley, not so much. She started skipping naps around the age of 3, and she was done napping completely by the time she was 3.5. And both of those, totally normal. My children had very different napping sleep needs between 3 and 5 years old. But here's the key. The transition away from naps should not be like flipping a switch. It's more like slowly dimming the lights. And here's the part that most parents miss. The ideal solution is rarely to ask your child's daycare to eliminate naps entirely. So how do you know if your child still needs the daycare nap? Here's a simple test. If your child truly doesn't need a nap and they're getting solid night sleep on Saturday and Sunday nights, they actually shouldn't fall asleep during the offered rest time on Monday. Even after going into Monday with a full sleep tank, if your child falls asleep when they are asked to lay down during nap or rest time, they either still need that nap or they didn't get enough night sleep over the weekend. All that to say, I often do recommend that daycares cap naps. Here's a guideline for capping naps based on age. For 2.5 to 3-year-olds, ask the school to cap the nap, the total sleep, I should say, at 1.5 to 2 hours, or wake them by 2:30, whichever comes first. For the 3-year plus, ask for them to cap the nap at 1 hour to 1.5 hours, or wake them by 2:30, whichever comes first. Now, within both of these, you're going to look for a range. Some children that are 2.5 really need to have that nap capped at 1.5 hours. 2 is going to be too much. Some 3.5-year-olds are really going to benefit from that 1.5 hours, and some are really going to do much better when it's just 1 hour. So there's going to be a little bit of trial and error. And one more tip. Resist the urge to push bedtime later just because your child napped at school. I can't tell you how many kids catch a second wind between 7 and 7:30, and that's the real reason bedtime becomes drawn out and a battle. It's not because of the nap. It's because their evening second wind kicked in and it no longer feels easy for them to fall asleep. So here's your action plan, and you can start it this weekend. When you can control the nap timing and the duration, and you can stick with a consistent 7 p.m. bedtime. That's the power of starting this over a weekend. Let your child make up for any sleep debt on Saturday and Sunday night by getting them to bed early, whether you had them not nap on that day or you capped their nap based on the recommendations I just mentioned. Then carry that earlier bedtime into the week, even if your child naps at daycare. If bedtime is still a struggle, it may be time for a full bedtime reset plan. This is actually something I and the sleep coaches on my team can help you with through a one-on-one consultation. Or you can check out my Your Preschool Sleep Champion program, where I walk you through how to structure a simple, effective bedtime routine without all the extra requests your child is currently making. And I give you specific scripts for setting bedtime boundaries and handling pushback. I'll drop the links in the show notes, or you can visit Sleep and Wellness Coach to learn more about one-on-one coaching or the programs I offer. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. And just a reminder, if you haven't filled out the listener survey yet, I would love your feedback. You can use your free 15-minute consultation that you will receive as a thank you for filling out the survey to hop on and talk with me about your child's daycare naps and how they may be impacting bedtime battles or not. The link is in the show notes, or you can head straight to sleepandwellnesscoach.com/survey. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you for listening to How Long Till Bedtime. To learn how we can work together to improve your child's sleep, please visit sleepandwellnesscoach.com.